Welcome to Day of Transition Practice. My name is Yvonne Omatseye from Green Community Development, a transition network initiative in Niger Delta, Nigeria, Africa. Today I want to speak about something deeply personal and special to me. It's how regeneration begins from grassroots. Regeneration begins not from conferences, not from policies, but from communities, from women, children, men, from gardens, from simple actions, from repeated, consistent actions over and over again. And of course, the reality of the Niger Delta, where we live, is one of our richest, beautiful natural resources here. Yet, in Nigeria, in Africa, communities are struggling the most, struggling deeply with flooding. Because of course, we have creeks, with pollution, with waste dumping, with oil contamination, with loss of mangroves and biodiversity, with food insecurity, with poor environmental education, because of course that's what makes there's increase of pollution and contamination both in our communities and out there. We have youth unemployment, we have climate change. The impact is affecting our everyday life. Many children are growing up disconnected from the soil, from food system, from even where food comes from environmental responsibility, which is one of the things that we are looking at. But along the way, we realize something very, very important. If the environment is damaged, the people are damaged too. Example, if the creeks where we live no longer have its mangroves, how would we manage? If the creeks where we live, especially with the waters, no longer have access to holding itself in the water, thereby flooding the community, washing down our houses, our taps, our community centers where we used to have so much from when we were much younger. If this environmental irresponsibility has gotten it far, to the point where our environment no longer can save the community center where we used to play and just come together to be happy, is no longer a place where we can stay, or no longer a place where we can send our kids, because it's no longer there. Flooding and all that have cleared up waters from the rivers, have cleared up our community centers. We're not living with fear. So much damages. It shows that we ourselves, the people of the community, are damaged. So damaged that we live in fear. We are so scared that some water will just come one day, flood will just come one day and sweep all our communities away. We have most of our communities being swept away under the flood. Some people don't have a home to go back to anymore. Some people in London, some people really don't have communities to come back to because of this environmental irresponsibility due to lack of knowledge in the communities. So, and if the people regenerate, the environment can also regenerate, because of course, with the damage of the environment, the damage of the people. So the regeneration of the people, regeneration of the environment, and we live in a better and more safe environment. So the realization of this has changed everything for myself and for our team here in Warri, Niger Delta. It has bettered so many projects. It bettered Love Garden. Love Garden is one very, a baby, but it has grown so big. Out of this understanding of our grassroots project, Love Gardens grew. Love Garden is more than a garden. It's a living classroom. It's a healing space. It's a place where we have prepared for our children to come and learn, get connected to the soil, to Mother Earth, get connected, understand where food comes from, and of course, it's a climate action tool. We introduced schools and community gardens to help kids connect to food, to soil, to nature, to responsibility, to food, to soil, to nature, to to responsibility, to climate education, and to community service. Today, our children in our gardens are learning. They're learning organic gardening. They're learning composting, which is powerful. You can see from the pictures we have there, zero waste practices, climate awareness, which is a big deal, teamwork, leadership, and even numeracy and literacy that we teach in class. They come in to can get seeds, spell, when they want to tag their ridges, they spell, literacy. So, but the most beautiful part of this is that the children take the knowledge home. That's the target. The target is for our children to learn and to be able to take home. Our children become ambassadors, become people that speak the language of the Mother Earth, become nature lovers, become people that are healed, that understand nature, that understand environmental responsibility, and hereby advocate for us. So our parents, of course, seeing that the children are well knowledgeable, they suddenly get interested, because of course there's no way parents would want to help their kids in their projects. And of course the parents get interested and they begin to change too. Family begin to think differently about waste, about food, and about the environment. And of course families make environments. So the more we change individually as families, the more our environment becomes better. So we have seen so much that families think better, differently, and of course this is how regeneration spread from one child, one family, to the community, and of course to the nation at large. So one child, one home, one garden at a time. And this has also made the women become so interested that we now have a backyard garden system, introducing it to the communities where the women, are interested, they come together, carry responsibility of feeding their families while also facing economic hardship and of course environmental decline. Through gardening initiative, we are helping women to grow food sustainability, improve household nutrition, generate incomes, reduce dependency on expensive food system out there, and build climate resilience. What we discovered is powerful. How women grow food. They also are confident, stability, and leadership. You see that small backyard garden that we've been planting, introducing to the communities, and to these women have become classrooms, businesses, healing spaces, and climate solutions. Also in our schools, I've introduced climate action clubs, small groups where kids will learn about climate responsibility, climate change, recycling, waste management, environmental responsibility, like I said, and community action. Most importantly, they learn that they are not powerless. They learn that their voice matters. They learn it, and it's so powerful. The strategy is that you will reach the children, and the children will reach the adults. These have worked for some time. It's been working. Children now remind their parents not to dump waste into drainage system and creeks, teaching their family clean environments, as you can see in our videos or our photos, where we take our trash cans to the schools, teaching the kids, inculcating into them what it means to separate each trash from the other, the red trash can, the green, the yellow, indicating the different classes of trash and how they will use it. This also has gone to the families and to the communities. The grassroots is powerful. This is how grassroots transformation begins, changing the kids, affecting the family, influencing the family, influencing the community. The children go about picking the trashes, also separating plastic from nylon, from paper, from bottle, and what have you. And even our vision for Warri, Nigeria, and Africa is not just sustainability, but regeneration. We envision communities where children understand climate action, women grow food and economic stability, schools become environmental hubs, waterways are protected, communities are well protected, and young people become green leaders, because regeneration is about repairing both people and the planet together. When I am okay, the environment is okay, the planet is okay. Use this. Because when I am healthy, the environment is healthy, the planet is healthy. So far, we have established community gardens, trained kids in climate education, introduced zero waste mindset learning, engaged teachers and local schools, empowered women through gardening initiatives, creating consistent environmental awareness in underserved and hard-to-reach communities, and built platforms for young climate leaders. But beyond this achievement, the greatest thing we have planted is hope. And sometimes hope begins with something as small as a seed, just like those cucumbers, those habanero pepper, and those okra seeds we plant. Regeneration is not just a theory, it's practice. That's why today, the day of transition practice, is very important. Practice, practice, practice. It is practical, it is local, it is human, done by you and I. The future of this Niger Delta and the future of this world, the planet, the Mother Earth, will not only be changed by government or by organization. It will be changed by a child planting a seed, a woman growing plants or growing food for her family, making sure that children are well nourished, a teacher leading climate action club, a community councillor, or maybe a politician choosing to invest in his people, community choosing to heal together, community choosing to heal the land together, because free transformation begins from grassroots. And this is how we move. Because real transformation begins from grassroots, and this is how we move from grassroots to regeneration, from community to regeneration, from families to community to regeneration. Thank you.